In previous 3D Shoemaker tutorials, I've explained how to 3D print and assemble a couple different kinds of shoe last joints using the models available on 3dshoemaker.com. This was handy for shoemakers that don't necessarily want to get into computer-aided design of shoe lasts but do happen to have access to a 3D printer. But for shoemakers already doing the design work, it might make sense for them to also design the joint. This can now be done in all editions of the 3D Shoemaker plugin for Rhino 3D. In this video, I'll show you how. Here is a figure showing the various elements of the 3D printable alpha hinge. There is of course the front and back parts of the shoe last, which are sliced at the main and alpha cut planes. Then there is the spring, which firmly keeps the joint in the open or closed position. Though the spring can be designed in the plugin, I'll provide a link in the description for this video for an improved version. The final printed parts are the discs. These two have been improved in the latest version of the plugin and now have shafts extending into the back part of the shoe last to reduce joint laxity. As far as hardware, common screws can be used or quarter-inch dowels, the latter of which can be ordered from various hardware suppliers or can be purchased directly from 3dshoemaker.com. Standard thimbles are also provided. To design the shoe last alpha hinge, press the Make button on the 3D Shoemaker side panel in Rhino. A form will come up with a variety of options, the more important of which I explain in the written version of this tutorial, which I'll link to in the description. When you are satisfied with the settings, press the Go button and the hinge will be designed. By default, an option to orient the parts for 3D printing is turned on, the results of which are shown here. The most recent version of this function also provides options to just create the thimble or just create the joint. An alternative joint to the alpha hinge is the rail joint. The front and back parts are connected by a rail. A screw is rotated to slide the back part up along the rail. This effectively shortens the shoe last length, allowing it to be easily removed from the footwear. It makes delasting extremely easy. One thing to keep in mind though is that closed footwear, like a boot without lacing, etc., will not have room for the back part of the shoe last to move into. For those types of footwear, it's best to stick with the alpha joint. The rail joint design options are on a separate section of the shoe last tab of the Make form. The one useful option I'll mention here is the non-articulating option. This creates what I like to call a fixed rail joint, where the rail is simply used to permanently fix the back part and front parts together. It just makes it easier to 3D print a shoe last without support material and without requiring much 3D printer build volume. The next steps are to 3D print and assemble the joint, which I covered in other tutorials already. That's all for this 3D Shoemaker video. If you found it helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.